wanting it to be safe and secure and protected through thick and thin, you will always be there for that person. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is it. Right?
Love is Blind has returned once again, proving that you don't need a physical connection to build a relationship, or any connection for that matter. Because love isn't just about having a connection with someone, or having things in common with someone, or being physically attracted, or even getting along with someone. It's not about any of those things. Love is all about taking a random stab in the dark after you talk to 6 people through a wall. Love is something that is simple, but cannot be simply defined. It's not something that just happens overnight. In this case, it happens in like usually 30 to 40 minutes. Love is all about saying, hey, you know what? I love you. I don't know anything about you, but I'm gonna marry you because I would love anybody that talked to me right now. No, but seriously, I think they're kind of just in love with the pods more than anything else because they credit the pods more than themselves. All the pods are just small rooms that are next to each other. That's it, okay? Those are the pods. That's it. They get to know each other through these pods and they're like, oh my God, these pods are amazing. This is the most amazing experience of my entire life. This is the most genius thing ever. Dating is literally solved. There's no reason anybody ever has to do anything else but sit in these pods and talk all day.
This is our biggest season yet. And what that means is there are more individuals than ever to choose from.
Wow, I completely forgot they said this, and that's pretty astonishing because I only remember about 3 people from this season. Honestly, I think this might have been a mistake. I don't see how having more people on the show is just better. They focus in on a handful of people anyway, so I think this was just kind of pointless. Sometimes they'll cut to the men's quarters or the women's quarters, and there's people hanging out, and I'm like, who are they? Why are they here? I've never seen them one time. Like, who the hell is this guy? No clue. What is the purpose of him being here? Oh, great. You have more people in the background drinking out of those gold glasses and eating food on the couch. Fantastic. Oh, what an exciting season. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing for these people that they're not that memorable. Like, that means they're normal for the most part. They really need to add someone like Angela into the mix. You know, they got to do something different. They can't just add more boring people that do nothing and just talk about buffets all day. You know how irritated the editors probably were when they said, oh, we're adding more people. They're like, what are we supposed to do now? What are we gonna do?
I've never been in a committed relationship. I'm hoping my husband will be my first boyfriend. And it's really the only first I still have to offer, so we'll give it.
Oh man. So many people that come on the show are like, I'm 32 years old. I've never been in a serious relationship before. I've never been in love before. I've never cuddled anyone before. I just spawned in like a few days ago. I don't really have a backstory. I'm not much of a backstory kind of guy, you know? What are my interests and hobbies? Commitment, love, sacrifice. All right, I'll stop using this guy because I know nothing. Actually, you know what? In fact, I'm going to keep using him. He's just going to be like the empty Love is Blind template guy. It's his fault for going on the show.
The pods are now open.
No way.
Oh my God.
What if they all just started violently pushing each other out of the way and fighting over the pods? They're like, nobody even knows who's talking to who yet. What are you guys fighting over? I think another thing about this show is they're so euphoric about the whole experience that I think it clouds their judgment when picking a partner. I used to be kidding when I said that some of them want to live in the pods permanently and have like a pod marriage and a pod life. Now I'm starting to think that's true. Whenever a relationship progresses outside of the pods and things start to go wrong, they're always like, oh man, things were so easy in the pods. Back in the pods, we got along so well.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Ooh, this is a pretty pie.
Here we go already.
I cannot believe I'm here right now. This is my first date.
Me too.
No way.
Isn't it everybody's first date? They just open the pods. I cannot believe I'm here right now. Seriously, this is incredible. This is the most incredible. My mind is going crazy. I'm actually going to lose my mind. Seriously, I'm losing it. What's your name? I don't even care. Let's get married. I love you. I love this pod. I love this pod.
Where are you from?
I'm from Woodbury.
They have a beautiful Costco out there. I happen to be a member.
There you go, Tom. That's your big moment right there. You see, this is what it was all about. This is why they added extra people, for moments like this. I don't think this guy ever comes back again. They should bring Big Ed on here. You know how hilarious it would be if somebody accidentally fell in love with Big Ed? That would be the most amazing thing ever. I feel like there are endless ways to make the concept of this show more interesting, but they're not evolving at all. The show is called Love is Blind, yet everyone on here is typically conventionally attractive at the very least, so you're never even gonna know if they're shallow.
I'm Daniel.
My name is Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
I've waited 31 years to find my man, Daniel, so let's not waste another minute.
He might be sitting right across from you right now.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Are you down on a knee?
Wait, hold on.
And that's it. That's the story of how they got engaged. And I'm only exaggerating a little tiny bit. I understand that people get to a certain point where they just don't want to waste their time anymore, but sometimes you'll end up wasting your time more if you just jump into something right away because you're sick of wasting your time. And I probably sound overly pessimistic, but I just don't know what to think when everyone is running into the pods with this frantic, desperate energy. Like, I need to find a wife. I need to find a husband. Ah! It's like they think the pods are just the key to everything.
I should probably figure out a little bit about my future
More
wife
than my
before-
name.
Yeah, Taylor, I'm in. Yeah.
I mean, you guys joke, but pretty much. So one thing about Daniel that he makes clear from the beginning is he's 5'8", and he obviously wants to be with somebody that's okay with him being a little bit short. I guess that's like the big twist on this season. Like, oh no, what's she gonna say when she finds out he's 5'8"? So anyway, it shows them talking about their family a little bit, and they talk about wanting a family of their own, and that's about it. Then it cuts back to them out in the hall, and they're all going crazy. Like, you would have thought they just won $10 million. They must tell them that they have to act like this is the most amazing experience that anybody could ever think of.
How was it, ladies? So good. Wasn't it amazing? I'm like, I never would have thought.
Dating in the pods is a crazy, okay?
You know what this is? This is pod propaganda. Don't believe it. Anyway, it seems that on every season of Love is Blind, there's a guy like Dave, and he just sucks. Right away, he uses the same exact opening joke on every single woman here.
Monica, why are you here? What's wrong with you?
Probably a lot, honestly.
So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you here?
What? What's wrong with you?
I think if someone is willing to do this, they're clearly not being genuine. And I'm sure he had this planned for months in advance. This was probably the sole reason he came on the show. He's like, you know what? I got a killer opener. It's gonna wow everyone. After that, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Man, to be brutally honest, I just have kind of been an ass to women in my previous dating life. I really wanted to confront myself about that.
If he hadn't started off the way he did, I would be more inclined to believe that he's being honest and he's just trying to change. I mean, that could be the case, but he could also be saying this just for them to let their guard down more and trust him more. They might be thinking, oh, well, he's being honest about it. If he was such an asshole, would he actually say that? Yeah, he might.
I mean, it was always about looks right away for me.
What's your name?
I'm Dave.
I'm Lauren.
There's none of that included in this experiment. I'm 32.
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay. So you're no longer attractive.
Oh my God.
Dave, you're such a charmer. You know just the right thing to say, which might apparently be true because, spoiler alert, I'll say it again, spoiler alert, she ends up picking this guy. What the fuck?
Should this be the first date that I walk out on? It might have to be.
I'm joking.
This is a hell of a way to start, Dave. Even if this is your sense of humor, why would you ever say something like this right off the bat? I guess if he quickly wants to find someone that's willing to put up with him, it's not the worst idea. But with stuff like this, I just don't really see the joke. I feel like it's a bad idea to set a precedent of taking jabs at your partner's appearance and age from the very beginning.
I have my own OnlyFans.
Oh, jeez.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I'll be a little nicer to you.
He's funny guy over here. Dave, the funny man. That's hilarious, dude. I'm dying. In his mind, though, he's hitting all the jokes. He's firing on all cylinders right now. In Love is Blind time, this is like an eternity. I mean, he's already won, basically. All he has to do is just propose. Pretty much you just walk in, make a couple jokes, be like, yeah, I want kids and a family or something. I don't know. And then you're good. I haven't seen the whole season yet, so this is just my guess, but I think Lauren is being pretty genuine and honest, and Dave is trying to play her. He talks about the fact that he used to be superficial and date based on looks only, but I feel like a lot of people on this show and similar shows have said this, and then they just end up being the same way when they're on the show. So all the first dates are over now, and everyone leaves the pods, and of course they're all just screaming and going crazy because it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
She just asked if they're in love. It's been one date. They all just talked for the first time. And then someone said, yeah, I think so. They think they're already in love. All right, if this is what love is, then what isn't love? Genuine question. Do you love the cashier at the grocery store because you talked to him for 2 minutes? You can't be in love. It's literally not possible. You don't know who you're loving. You don't know anything about the person. You're in love with the idea of being in love with someone. And when you throw a bunch of people like that together on a show, it's sort of a recipe for disaster. However, everyone here is so boring that it doesn't even matter. I mean, when you compare the characters that we see on 90 Day Fiancé, I know that the show has gotten a little bit out of control, but everyone is infinitely more memorable than anyone on the show. I don't know who this guy is. They don't show him one time, yet here he is.
How old was Devin? 28, right? 28. He went to my high school 5 years later.
Wait a minute, why is that so hilarious? They went to the same high school, like, yeah, that's a coincidence, but why is it so funny that he went to her high school 5 years later? Why is everyone here, are they all, like, is there some kind of laughing gas here? Are they all on drugs? What is going on? Anytime anyone says anything, they all lose their mind like they just heard a human being speak for the first time. Like, what? No way!
I asked one of the girls if she wanted to get married.
Did you?
She was like, let's do it.
These people aren't real. They're not real people. They can't be. It's not possible. I refuse to believe it. So this woman, Taylor, starts talking about how nice Daniel is, and she's like praising him for the fact that he uses the phrase mother of my children. That's it though. Just the fact that he wants there to be a mother of his children someday. That's it.
Who was it?
Daniel. It's Daniel.
Daniel was really nice.
He kept
was
saying
really nice.
mother of my children. Like he kept like saying that about
Is that important
not
to you?
necessarily me, but like he kept saying, I was like, that's so endearing. Like that's so cute.
All right, come on. What aren't we praising people for at this point? And I'm not trying to just be a stickler. I don't even think Daniel's a bad guy from what it seems so far. And I think it's pretty clear by now that they're all drinking, so that might explain why they're all just so hyped up. But just the fact that he said, I want to meet the mother of my children, that's what won you over. The main part that I skipped over was when Dave talked to Molly, but for the most part, they did not even show a lot of these people. I know I keep talking about the fact that they added more people to the show, but it's just crazy to me that they made such a point about that in the beginning, and then they just did nothing with it. The amount of people on the show has not even felt any different, other than the fact that there's just people hanging out in the background. Anyway, that is the end of today's video, but there's a lot more to talk about, so I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.
Like I've been a very shallow person.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like try to, you know, dance around that a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I just have, and that obviously has not worked.
Right. I'm 30.
Okay, so you're no longer attractive.